Hey guys, it's Miss Stansel. Just wanted to do a quick run through of this assignment, kind of like what I would be doing in class, but I am going to do this with just Screencastify. So today's assignment is broken up into two sections. One is notes, and one is a short, almost like worksheet type quiz, and I'll talk about that on that particular part of the assignment. But I do quickly want to go over the notes just so we're on the same page and I haven't glossed over anything. So we are going to look at animal survival today specifically, not plants. So first things first, I have a link for you. You are welcome to take notes. Google Doc is fine. However, if you have paper handy, keep in mind that it has been proven that you do remember things better when you write them down. So I suggest paper. However, if you're like me and you tend not to have, I've got a ton of books at my house, but I don't have any notepads or just loose paper. So if you have it, try and use paper. Otherwise, a Google Doc's fine. And you are welcome to take notes over this first section. I've got a link here, primaryhomeworkhelp.com or .co.uk. And then there's also one down here. You are welcome. I'm going to give you suggestions on things you should be getting from this assignment, but you can take additional notes, fewer notes, but I am going to try and make sure that you are centering around certain ideas. So this first part, what I'd like you to do with our first website, the Primary Homework Help one, is I want you to be able to, you don't have to write it down, but once you get done reading that page, you should be able to answer these 4 questions. So if you get done reading this page and you aren't able to tell me what an adaptation, physical, and mimicry adaptations are, that's a good sign you need to go back, write it down, type it down, because that will help you remember it. So here it is. It's not super long. If you're interested in me actually reading through this, I am going to actually put a video down below on the assignment where I'm just straight up reading both of these pages. So if that's interesting to you, you can listen to me. While you take notes, you can pause me, whatnot. If not, and you're like, oh, this isn't much and I just want to read it myself, that's fine too. Just trying to give some of you more options. So this is your first one. There are 4 things you ought to be able to answer from this. If you can't, just write it down. Again, that does help you remember what you're writing and what you're reading. For the second portion, you're going to click on there and you're going to start from the top and read through all of the information. There are these purple plus signs, well, purple background, white plus signs, that have information on these 6 different key ideas. So you might want to have 6 different key ideas on your notes, on your notes. Now keep in mind, physical adaptation is discussed at the beginning and also in this one. So it's brought up twice. So some of this might overlap, some of it might go a little farther than the other page does. So let's take a look at this one. It is a little longer. It's more the format that makes it long. They've got a short little reading passage. Here are your little purple/white plus signs. So it's going to talk about adaptations, particularly physical adaptations. So you can make a prediction. Okay, it's a picture of a camel, right? So my question is, well, what physical adaptation do I think a camel is going to have? Make a prediction and click on it. And it will give you the actual definition it's looking for. Or not definition, sorry. The actual physical adaptation that it's showing. Could you see more than just what's given? Definitely. But they will give you one with each of those plus signs. Behavioral adaptations are another one. And again, if you click on this, you get another, you can make your prediction and then see if you're correct or not, see if you're on the right page. So it's a nice way to quickly just, okay, I think I know what a behavioral adaptation is, but I'm not sure. I think that these geese are behaving in a certain way that helps them survive. I think that way is, and then you can click on that plus sign. It'll give you that information. You can check if you're right or wrong. Next, I do want you to watch this short little video. It's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So, not a super long video. If you find anything interesting you want to add to your notes, again, add them to your notes. It will be handy to have that resource. Adaptations of plants and animals in different biomes. So this is Desert Survivors. And again, 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Not a very long video, but it is going to talk specifically about animals and plants that do live in the desert. So a very unique situation that these animals and plants have to survive in. So these are kind of some extreme cases. So 2 videos to watch so far. It's going to talk about some biomes, which we have talked about. Scary words like abiotic and biotic, which I have mentioned in class a time or two, and we will actually talk about those in the future, so it might be handy to write the definitions down for abiotic and biotic. And again, it's going to tell you, since we did talk about biomes, see if you can remember, there's 6 of them, and I believe we had either 6 or 7 we discussed in class. So kind of a good way to check what you remember. And then let's see here. And then you have a check your understanding as well. So here is what I would like you to do with that. Read through it, take any notes you'd like to take, and then if you want to listen to me read through all of this, you can. Otherwise, thank you. Have a good day.